Hey, what's going on, ladies? Time for another install. This time we're going to be replacing the headlights, the brights, and the fog lights. One of the things I absolutely hate about all GM vehicles is the bulbs that they use and their headlight assembly. From the factory, they're very dim, they're hard to see, and they have this really ugly yellowish tint. Look at that. White, yellow, white, yellow. Even in this light, you can kind of see it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that yellow tint right there. No bueno. So we're going to be doing something about that today. And here we go. This is where we're going to be going with. I went with OPT7 HIDs, 5K all around. The headlights are projectors, so I'm not too worried about blinding people. I got the relay, got the capacitors. This relay, I got two of them just in case one of them blows out. You know, you never know. But this relay already doesn't look long enough, so we're probably going to have to extend that. Not sure if I have a similar gauge or bigger, but we'll see. I'm hoping that when I install this relay, I'm not going to need an additional capacitor because GM likes to tie the DRL function to the headlight. And although these are canvas units, there's a big difference in between the relay that these two use organically between the headlight assembly and the relay that you use to wire it to the battery. So we'll see. Now before we get started with this install, just a word of advice for those of you that are going to take on this project and you own a GM truck. You are better off taking off the grille and the bumper assembly and the ballast to get behind the headlights. You can pop the hood and you can try to reach in there, but honestly, you're going to need tiny little arms. You're going to need one of those fish hooks. You're going to need to remove a ton of plastic. Just take the 15-20 minutes it's going to take you to remove the front assembly. It'll make your job a whole lot faster. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is remove the plastic radiator cover. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is remove the screws that are holding the grill. I'm currently counting 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I skipped 1, 6. Alright, so with those two things out of the way, the next thing you want to do is you want to remove the 2 screws holding the bumper in place. Not gonna lie, not sure I'm gonna be able to get that back on myself. Maybe get a hooker or something. Alright, since the fogs are exposed, we're just gonna go ahead and do those first. Alright, so problem 1. The prongs on the HID kits are too thick to go into the receiver here. So after some fine manipulation here, I've taken it from this wide prong, which I don't really think you can see, but it's wide, to this small prong. Wide, small. So I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we'll see. Alright, we got that connected. Let's turn on the truck and see if it works. That's a win. So now that we know that works, I'm just going to 3M this to the frame of the truck. And that's it. Time to do the other side. The fog lights were pretty straightforward. Time to tackle these headlights. So headlight assembly removed. This is your low beam, this is your high beam. Simple install here. Alright, so I kind of fast forward everything here. I told you guys in the very beginning, I never want my videos to be too long. So everything is wired up, the relay is installed, the ballast are being fed to the relay, relay to the bulb, so on, so on, so on. So here we go. This is the test fire. We'll see if it lights. So the brights did not come on. I think that may just be a polarity issue. So let's take a look here and give it a shot. So issue 501. The reason why this wasn't working is because it was definitely the ballast giving me a hard time. And how do I know that? When I went to go tug on the connections, this bad boy, boop, just came off. So I have these waterproof connectors that I'm going to try to rig up, see if that solves the problem. These bad boys. Obviously these have a positive, neutral, and ground. See that? And I'm only going to need one wire, so we'll see. Okay, so this is what the finished product looks like with the new connectors. So let's give it a try. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's another win. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to go in, tidy everything up, hide the relay, hide the wires, mount the ballast, and that's it. Should take me about another 20 minutes. Something I didn't show you guys, mainly because I did it in the most not safe way possible. Yeah, the last thing I need is 10-year-olds going to their mom saying, well, Sigmab was drilling while holding things down with his feet, which reminds me. Anyway, I drilled holes through the dust covers, which is going to allow the wiring from the bulbs to run through, and the bulbs actually do come with a waterproof rubber grommet, so we'll be good there. This is what it looks like after mounting the ballast. One there, one back there, and this is what it looks like after reinstalling the dust covers and running them through the rubber grommet. As y'all can see, very clean install here. I don't like wires hanging out. I don't like to think that, you know, something could catch on fire. You want to make sure you always keep your electrical clean. Wanted to give you guys one last look before I really put the grill and everything back together. Can't even tell what I've done except for that tiny little red wire right there, which is a relay feeding to the battery. But other than that, ran this loom wire down through these fasteners over to the other ballast, which is hidden back here. Everything is secured, everything is bolted, everything is taped, nothing should rattle, and we should be good to go. Alright, so the truck's all stitched up. It did take me a little longer than I wanted it to, mainly because I did have that issue with the ballast, and I had another issue with one of the bulbs, actually both of the bulbs that go into the fog lights that I didn't show you guys on video. But basically all it was I had to trim a little bit of the of the socket so that it fits the aftermarket bowl. So that's all it was. But anyway, this is what the finished product looks like.